Claire doesn't allow the dogging questions in. In fairness, nobody asked the dogging
There
question.
goes half your anecdotes.
I just
There goes half my questions as well.
started talking about it.
Man, what else? How are you going to bring up Belfast if you don't talk about dogging?
Yeah, Belfast is one of the. Are we rolling yet? Belfast is one of the biggest dogging sites in the world.
Is that where it came from? That's where you're not allowed to bring up dogging. You just
It didn't come from there. Well, it may have started there actually, dogging in Belfast.
little bit of history for us there.
A little bit of love between the Protestants and the Catholics, man. What best way to combine forces other than dogging?
Robert, you've been a superhero. Now you're a rock star. How do you keep getting these cool roles?
Next, I'm hoping to be a postman or a milkman.
Postman Pat the movie.
Yeah. Postman Pat goes on a drug binge.
I can see
Played
that.
by Charlie Sheen. I've got a serious Charlie Sheen on. I need more drugs.
Charlie Sheen questions either.
What?
I'm not allowed to ask Charlie Sheen questions either.
Too
I'm
late
running
for
out.
that, my friend.
He's come up.
He's up. The subject is up.
You play Ivan McCormick in Killing Bono opposite Ben Barnes, who plays the less likable brother of the two. How did you two work that dynamic? Did you jam together, hang out together before the movie, or have a chat about how the dynamic between the two brothers should be played on screen?
We did. We pranced around the room basically for hours on end in various rehearsal rooms around London. Of course, he was doing Narnia, so he got cast whilst he was in Australia. You know, we did this bizarre video conference where there was like a 3-second delay, and we're trying to do this scene where we're arguing. You know, and that was quite bizarre. That was our first experience together. But yeah, we had time together to rehearse and strike some kind of dynamic. We weren't trying to do the real Neil and Ivan, you know, because this isn't really their story.
Did you meet the two guys originally before you started shooting? No.
Actually, I think that was a proviso by Nick, the director. He went, "I don't want you to meet Nick, or I don't want you to meet Neil, darling, because he'll only fuck with your head. He'll just fuck you up."
I see you met them afterwards, yeah.
Or yeah, just near the end of shooting.
Was that surreal or?
They did a little cameo in a strip club, and
okay.
they were looking at us whilst we represented them on stage.
Okay,
that was quite strange indeed. Yeah, more awkward than anything else, you know.
And did you were you influenced at all then by Ivan to bring any of his mannerisms or anything into the role, or no? You did.
I took full responsibility for how I portray him on screen. He had no choice in the matter.
You get this rock and roll script through the door, and were you any musical talent there beforehand, or did you then start?
I play the spoons.
You play the spoons. Okay.
Yeah, I play them off everything. I'm like Footloose with spoons. You know what I mean? You know that mad dance where he runs to a warehouse? I'm like that with a spoon. I'm
what
mental.
about vocal cords? I
kill a man with a spoon from 5 paces. But no, I played a bit of Irish music when I was a kid. Nothing very rock and roll. I was used to play in a pub. I used to play in a pub right when I was 9, and when they used to pass a hat round for me every once in a while, and I played with this Irish group. And the principal of my primary school used to let me come in late on a Tuesday because he knew I was in the pub until all hours Monday night playing music. But apart from that, not very rock and roll. No, I was never in a band or anything, in a proper band.
I saw that you were previously in your previous life in a fake band called Fade Up in an ITV show, Rock Rivals.
Oh my God!
Is there a budding rock star there?
I'm surprised that hasn't come up before. Yeah. We've buried that deep in the past.
I dug deep.
Fade Up, yeah, I would not have been able to remember that.
Yeah.
Is
there a budding rock star inside you somewhere then trying to get out?
Obviously there is.
Yeah.
You know? They keep casting me in these bloody pop star and rock star parts. I don't know. I think I don't have enough musical ability, to be honest. That would probably be a problem trying to be Guns N' Roses when you
right.
trying to be Slash out of Guns N' Roses and you can't do a riff, you know, to save your life.
You had the hair for it though in the movie, so.
Certainly did. Yeah, that was a kind of a strange John Bon Jovi attempt, something along those lines.
And is your voice? Do we hear your voice at all on screen or on the soundtrack? Is that yourself?
Yeah. When I do a song at the end, that's me.
Okay.
Know? And of course, Ben Barnes' sultry, sexy voice. That's him all the way as well.
How is that like?
He's a bit Justin Hawking. Is it Justin Hawking? Hawkins? Or Justin Hawk? Well, anyway, you know your man. Not the guy in the wheelchair, mind. The smart fella.
He can't sing at all.
Yeah. He does a Kraftwerk tune, brilliant.
But I mean, to prepare for your role, was there like singing in the shower, singing in front of the mirror? How did you practice for getting your voice out there? Or you just go and do
We
it?
did various guitar lessons and voice warm ups with the wonderfully handsome Joe Echo, who was our music supervisor. He kind of put us through the paces, made us do our scales every morning to warm up our voices and stuff. So it was his work, you know. He was looking after the musical side and trying to warm us up every morning, basically.
Opening this Friday, you've got a completely different film as well.
Is it Friday?
This Friday, yeah. You're playing a cute, cuddly turtle. How does one go about playing an Irish amphibian?
I don't think there ever has been an Irish
I don't
turtle,
think
has there?
You're the first. You've got that honour.
Yes! It's groundbreaking cinema. I'm the first Irish turtle. It's bizarre, though, because I revoiced that. Because originally, Anthony Anderson, you know, the black actor,
I do, yeah.
had done my character in
In
that
the
film.
States?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he was doing all the kind of black guy thing. He was going, yeah, girl, man, I gotta eat some jellies. So I had to listen to that, and then that was terrible. I'm sorry. Apologies, Anthony Anderson. It was better than that. I had to then turn it into an Irish turtle, which was quite strange.
So was it a different script with different?
It was the
lines?
same dialogue,
Okay.
but it changed drastically because, of course, all the other characters were revoiced as well. Dominic Cooper did the main part, and John Hurt narrated it as he does. He narrates everything.
He does.
I'd like him to narrate my life. Wouldn't that be great if John Hurt followed you around, just went, Robert is getting some milk out of the fridge now. He always liked milk as a boy. That would be great. If John's out of work, maybe I should give him a shout. I actually had a pint with him recently. Sorry, what was your question again?
It was about turtles or something.
Oh,
like
turtles,
that. So
yeah. Bono is a turtle. No, he's not. What's it called again?
It's over here. It's a turtle's tale. Sammy Adventures.
It was originally called as well. It was originally called The Secret Passage.
Oh, no.
But they thought that was a little bit gay porn, so they changed it. That's
that.
what confused me. Of course, I know the title of the film. that
Were
I've
you
done.
told to play it Irish, or you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The more Irish, the better. In fact, was the main note I was given.
Can I bring up the M word, Misfits? I was wondering, has work started on?
You can bring
third
up the
season?
C word, boy.
I won't go that far.
Go on. Sorry.
Has work started? Is there anything happening with a third season?
Apparently, they're preparing wildly at the moment.
Okay, but
they're bringing on
nothing-
new writers, and they're doing, I think, 8 episodes this year. Basically, there's a few gigs swirling around for around that time, so hopefully, with a bit of juggling, it'll all work. You know, schedule-wise, it usually does.
Nathan, the character you play, really quickly when you started off, were you told how far you can push him? You know, he's quite cocky, but he's also a lovable rogue. You know, was he hard to get that balance right?
I don't think it was anything I was conscious of, to be honest. I'm conscious of very little most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm very, very high at the... I know, I should stop saying that because I'm going to get in trouble for saying that because I'm sober. Basically, the director, Tom Green of Misfits, was someone who wanted me to push it as much as I possibly could and be as annoying as I possibly could. Because the more, the funnier, I think, with the material given, because it's brilliant, you know. It's really, really funny stuff. So it was quite daunting to do it justice and be as annoying as it was on the page, you know.